7:12, a strange discovery was made at a Palolo home a few years ago. Grave markers from the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. And it's a story that's both fascinating and disturbing at the same time. Sybil Beach, Chad Blair joins us now. You describe it that way, right?
Oh, I think so. Imagine if you found grave markers in your backyard. Well, that's exactly what happened back in 2019. It's in Palolo. And a woman's father was doing gardening, and there were stepping stones. Well, if you flipped them over, you in fact discovered engravings of people that were killed at World War I, World War II, even the Vietnam War. And so the question is, what do you do about that? Well, Punchbowl Cemetery has actually removed almost 56 of those, taken them back, destroyed them as is protocol, but there's still more than 60 that remain in Palolo. It's taking longer than they expected to deal with this.
Yeah, so on the one hand, it's disturbing because obviously some people consider these sacred. At the same time, it's fascinating. There's a lot of history. Do we have any idea how they got there in the first place?
There's a couple of theories. One is that these grave markers that were found in Palolo had typos. There were errors on them, and therefore perhaps there were duplicates, and so these were no longer necessary. Another theory is that some of those grave markers were updated. You've added the name of a spouse, you've added the name of kids, therefore you don't need the old ones. Now, we don't know whether this is the case exactly for every single one of them, but these gravestones, not only were they used as stepping stones, grave markers, they were also used as part of the driveway, part of the foundation to the house, so it's a very serious business. One other thing, it probably dates back to the 1940s when the U.S. Army used to control Punchbowl. That was since taken over by the Veterans Administration.
Do you know anything about the people who are named on these gravestones?
Yeah, the story actually identifies some of the people, and I think that's very touching. The woman who owns the property in Palolo feels like you really got to treat them with respect. There's a sense that their soul is still in there, and also to remember the significance of war and how important it is to have peace.
Yeah, I believe one of them was a rear admiral.
That's right.
One of them was a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And you mentioned the owner. The owner now and the previous owner, they kind of had different reactions to this. Yeah.
Yeah, various people have various different views, but it is very important that the grave markers be taken care of. Remember, Punchbowl is really a sacred space.
Yes.
Senator Dan Inouye among the folks that are buried there, but it really is an amazing discovery. I mean, how would you feel if you found grave markers in your backyard?
Yeah, it's a great read. Ben is the one that wrote
Ben
it.
Angarone.
Ben Angarone. Thanks for coming in, Chad.
You got it, Steve. Anytime.
By the way, you can read that full article on civilbeat.org or just text 66866 and you can get their newsletter. We'll be right back.